All right, let's handle this question here. And regardless of how, lengthy or stuffed the question is, we start with the question sentence. So here it says, what is the boat's distance from where it started? Sounds good. Talking about a boat, it travels somewhere. Just want to know where we end up. All right. So with that, let's read the information. It says, a fishing boat heads downstream for 4 hours, traveling at 17 miles per hour in still water through a river with 3 mile per hour currents. So let's read that again just to make sure you understand what's going on. So if this were still water, this fishing boat, it'd be going 17 miles per hour. But there is a current of 3 miles per hour. Help me out, everybody. If we're going downstream, what are we going to do with the 17 miles per hour and the 3 miles per hour? What do we do with those two things? Yeah, with those two rates, we're going to add them. So if we're discussing going downstream from here, going down, there we are going to take the 17 miles per hour and the 3 mile per hour current, add those together. So my rate going downstream is 17 plus 3, which is 20 miles per hour. Since we're going for 4 hours, we'll go ahead and find our distance by doing 20 times 4. So 20 times 4, look at that, convenient numbers. That is 80 miles. And again, that is 80 miles downstream. So we have that right there, nice and easy. And when we consider the second part of this situation, we see that we turn around, which means we're going upstream, and we go upstream for 5 hours. Okay, so from the get-go, we know what the time is going upstream, that's 5 hours. But what's that rate going to be? Well, the rate, the way that we're going to find that is we're going to take that rate from still water, again, 17 miles per hour. We're still going to take that, but we're going to reference that we're going upstream now. When we're going upstream, everyone, what are we going to do with the current? 3 mile an hour current. What are we going to do with it? We'll subtract it, exactly. So the rate will be 17 minus 3, and that's going to give us 14 miles per hour. From here, we have everything we need to find that distance. Distance equals my rate, 14 miles per hour, multiplied by time, which is 5 hours. Once we do that, 14 multiplied by 5, that's going to give us 70. So it's going to be 70 miles. So here's where we need to be careful. Is the answer 80? Is it 70? It's going to be neither. Because remember, when we turn around and we go back upstream, we see that this blue from right over here, that is 70 miles. And so everyone help me out. If we go 80 miles away and then 70 miles back, what is the distance from the beginning? Yeah, we're going to subtract and we're going to get 10. Because again, if we go downstream 80 miles and we come back upstream 70, we end up 10 miles from where we began. And that's why the correct answer, again, reading the question is important. The correct answer here is answer choice D. Everyone, if they were to ask us, hey, what's the total distance the fishing boat traveled? That's when we would have added. But in this case, we're asking where we are relative to where we started. And because we turned around, we have to subtract. But overall, there we go. If you enjoyed this one, I hope you're ready for a lot more. So let's tackle this question here. So the first thing we need to do whenever we do any word problem at all is understand the question. Everybody right here, the who, what, when, where, how many, which of the following, that's where we start. So here it says, what is the discount amount? Everybody, tell me, repeat it back to me. Are we looking for the final amount or are we looking for one piece of information? Yeah, reading all of this, what is the discount amount? When we read that out loud, I hope we can see that, yeah, we're looking for one amount here, the discount amount. We're not looking for the final price. Remember, it says discount amount. It does not say final price. So if we want the discount amount, let's understand the information we have. Be very careful here. Here it says a laptop is priced at $600 and is on sale for 15% off. Everyone, when we say 15% off, although it doesn't say explicitly, that is the discount. Remember, a discount takes money off of that final amount. So 15% off, that represents our discount. So 15%, again, that is our discount. Now let me show you the beauty of our formula. The formula, again, is our percent multiplied by the original amount equals the result. So let's understand how this is going to really play a part. Because everyone, guess what? That main idea, the percent that you apply is the result that you get. So everyone follow along here. If we plug in 15% right there for the percent, tell me again, whether out loud or in the chat box, what does that 15% represent again? Tell me again, quickly. 15% represents what? Represents that discount. And our main idea says, hey, that percent that you plug in is the result that you get out. So if we're plugging in what represents the discount, well, guess what, my party people? If this over here represents discount, then so will the result. That's the cool thing about the formula. That's the cool thing about the main idea. There's consistency. So boom, if I plug in my 15%, I automatically know that my result is the discount. And guess what we're looking for? Exactly that. So now we can make moves. Now we can calculate knowing that the final answer will be correct. So here we go. 15% times that original $600 right over here. That's going to give us the result. Now, just like we've done before, when we're multiplying by a percent, we actually have to convert it to a decimal first. So let's go ahead and do that. 15%, we're going to take that decimal and we're going to move it twice to the left. So I'll show you right over here. We'll take that decimal and we'll go once, twice to the left. So 15% turns into 0.15. And that'll be multiplied by 600. So now let's go ahead and do that. And we're good. Here we go. 600 multiplied by 0.15. Now be careful here because I know we just moved the decimal place over here. But when we're multiplying by decimals, we have a rule. The rule is just ignore the decimal, but the number of places that you have, so 2 in this case, we will bring it back at the end. So one more time, we'll bring back the decimals at the end. Here we go. 0 times 5, that'll be 0. 0 times 5, that'll be 0. And then 6 times 5, that'll be 30. Next up, we'll mark down a 0 so we can have this 1 start right over here. And so here we go. 0 times 1, 0 times 1, and then 6 times 1. There we are. Add that together, and it looks like we have 9,000. But hold your horses there, because remember, we're going to bring back those decimal places. Once, twice right there. Everybody, 15% of 600 ends up being what? Yeah, it ends up being $90 right over here. That discount of $90 specifically, which lands us at answer choice A. And there we go.